Hello friends, welcome back to Technique. In this video, we'll talk about the cameras on the iQOO Z10x. So iQOO Z10x is the latest budget device under 15,000 rupees, and this comes with a dual camera setup and a selfie camera. So let's find out how the cameras are on this device considering the price segment of the device. So let's go straight into the camera review. Before that, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So before going to the camera samples, let's first have a look at the camera hardware. Now the primary camera is a 50 megapixel shooter, and this comes with f1.8 aperture, and the secondary camera is a 2 megapixel bokeh or depth sensor used for portraits. Now the selfie camera is an 8 megapixel shooter with f2.05 aperture. So that's the camera hardware. Now the rear camera can do 4K 30 fps, while the selfie camera can do 1080p resolution at 30 fps. So let's go straight into the camera samples to see how they perform. So looking at the daylight captures taken with iQOO Z10x, you can see here there is good amount of details of the sharpness levels are also quite good. The colors are not very rich, but they do look natural. Occasionally there is a shift in terms of color reproduction. That consistency is not maintained very well, but overall I would say for a price segment of less than 15,000 rupees and the 50 megapixel shooter offering good details and sharpness levels, even the dynamic range also looks good. So overall you could see that it's slightly on the cooler side in terms of color tones, but overall I would say the iQOO Z10x primary camera does a good job. There isn't much to complain here. Most people will definitely like the camera experience with the primary shooter on the iQOO Z10x. So there isn't much to complain here, especially in terms of dynamic range and details. The only area where you could improve was the color reproduction, but otherwise they look quite good. Now looking at the close-up shots, once again you can see here there is good amount of details on offer. The sharpness levels are quite acceptable, and overall quality definitely looks good with the primary shooter. Now moving on to the portraits, this again one area where we felt that the color consistency is not really good. You can see that the skin tones and colors are varying with different light conditions. Some of the shots did come out really good, but the others were not really accurate, especially the skin tones were kind of whitening and the tones were not really accurate. So this one area where iQOO could do a slightly better job. The edge detection was quite okay, and the overall portraits are not very consistent and needs improvement. Now moving on to the low light. In indoor lighting conditions, you could see there is decent amount of details and sharpness levels are good, but extreme low light you can see that when night mode is turned on, the images do look like a watercolor effect. Not all of them, some of them did have an issue, especially the sky tones looked kind of watercolor effect, but details are good and dynamic range looks okay. Overall I would say at this price segment these are decent looking low light captures, but again colors are not very consistent across different light conditions. So that's the low light. Now moving on to selfies, the 8 megapixel shooter actually did a really good job in terms of selfie experience. The skin tones were much better than the rear camera, and overall selfie experience with the 8 megapixel shooter was quite good, and the color reproduction also looked pretty accurate. Even the portrait selfies also looked good. The edge detection was kind of acceptable, and this is one area where iQOO could do better, especially in terms of portraits from the rear camera. Now moving on to the video recording. Now this has 4K 30 fps video recording. This is the 4K shot. Stabilization looks quite okay, but colors slightly muted overall, but dynamic range is okay, and again the stabilization was done pretty well. Colors could, once again, color consistency is one thing what iQOO needs to fix on this camera. Now the 1080p 60 fps footage was not really stabilized. You can see that there is a lot of jitter happening when you move and pan, so this is not recommended for moving video. So that's the video recording options available on the iQOO Z10x. So this is the selfie video taken using the iQOO Z10x with the selfie camera, and you can see this can record videos in 1080p resolution. There is no 4K. 1080p 30 fps is the maximum supported, so you can judge yourself how good the clarity of the videos and also the audio output from this video. So that was a detailed camera review of the iQOO Z10x. So overall, I would say the rear camera was quite acceptable in daylight conditions. The color consistency is one thing what iQOO could fix with software updates. Colors were not really consistent, especially the skin tones were not that impressive. And the selfie camera turned out to be quite good. The video recording was once again, colors were not really that impressive. But considering the price segment of around 12 to 15,000 rupees, we feel that this is decent camera experience from the iQOO Z10x. So overall, as a casual shooter, you won't be disappointed. But if you're looking at the best colors, probably a software updates is needed to fix the color issues. So that was the camera review of the iQOO Z10x. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.